Hi, my name's Devraj. Welcome back to this series of talks about therapy, social therapy, useful stuff that you can do, that you can use in your own life to understand what's going on inside of you. And today we're going to look at judgments. Very interesting subject. And I just start by mentioning when I was a kid and we had to study physics at school, I remember there's always these laws, the kind of laws of physics. Isaac Newton, and also the law of relativity. There's always laws, about thermodynamics or something like that. And, you could write the law down quite simply or in letters, an arrangement, You probably know what I'm talking about, hopefully. And in psychology, what I notice also, there are laws. There are laws in psychology, even though it's a kind of social science and not really heavily respected by people that wear lab coats and all that kind of thing. There are useful, very, very useful laws which go on. Earlier in the series, I looked at one regarding blame. Every time we blame something on the outside, we make for how we are, we disempower ourselves. It feels good to blame something outside of ourselves, but at the same time, there's a disempowering, victim-creating effect because we are no longer taking responsibility for our own life in that area. And today we're going to look at another little law. And very simply stated, it says, where there are judgments, there are also wounds. And this is very useful, our minds can be very, very judgmental. And I have developed over my time all sorts of judgments about different people, different types of people, different activities, different stuff that people do, different situations in my life. I've developed a lot of judgments. And what I came to understand was that the judgment acts, it has a kind of hidden agenda in a sense, in that the judgment is like a hardening in a part of your mind. It's like a hardening around a wound. Because if we have the judgment, we don't have to feel what's going on underneath the judgment. We can keep it out of our awareness. If you imagine your mind is a big kind of globe sort of thing, and then there's these areas where we don't want to go into and we harden over with these judgments. And if perhaps the wound is still coming up and the judgment's not very secure, we can recruit other people to our belief system. This is very, very popular. I used to do it a lot as a kid in the playground. You learn this, That guy over there is kind of upsetting me in some way. I have a judgment about him, and then I go and find someone I perceive to be sympathetic to me, and I go and share my judgment, and hopefully they say, yeah, he's really an arsehole, Barry, and like that, I can keep the feeling at bay. I'm hardening my mind and my life won't be so great and stuff, but I've got this protection. So it's great to understand this, and especially when you get a little bit more advanced with therapy or psychology, if you just consider yourself advanced anyway, you can just look at areas of your life where you're still judging a lot, where there's a lot of judgments, and start to say, well, what's going on underneath that judgment? And you can guarantee there'll be wounds. There'll be wounds there, underneath the judgments. I've been looking at this recently, and I came across straight away, like a dance form that I've been involved in a bit tangentially, and I've always had judgments about the kind of people that do it. And I thought, time to change, time to not long let go of that judgment, go back into doing some more of this work, do it, and just come out of that. Have a look for myself, what's going on underneath the judgment, what's going on. So that's my little talk for today. Where there are judgments, you will also find wounds. And I hope it's been useful to you. And namaste. See you guys later.